hello there. Reverend Do-Right coming back at you. Excuse me, y'all. Let me clear my throat. Nah, 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 nah. Y'all remember that back in the day, you know. And sort of growing up in the 80s, coming out of school, late 80s, and growing up in that time frame, bring back a lot of memories. The music then was a little more substance. At least on the surface, it seemed like that. But what I'm here for right now is it's somewhere around about 9:30 on New Year's Eve. And Do-Right is still working. Because there's a lot of challenges that's going to be facing Do-Right. Do-Right immediate family. Do-Right neighborhood. Do-Right community. Do-Right town and county and state and country and nation. That's going to be coming down the pipe. That some of y'all ain't going to feel it. And some of y'all going to think that Do-Right somebody else that just hollering wolf. But the Bible says that one cried in the wilderness. Well, Do-Right can tell you that as a truck driver, what you know as the United States or as America or the United States of America is really nothing but a big wilderness. About 80% of the land has really been untapped, unused. You have major metropolitan areas. Atlanta, Detroit, Los Angeles. I mean, you look in Georgia, we got Atlanta, Augusta, Macon, Valdosta, Columbus, maybe Dalton, Georgia on the north side, up around that area. And one of our brothers that we know dearly here in the Ville, who tried to tell us in the hip-hop world, he got with some buddies or hills that he knew. And they said something about the whole damn world country. But we ain't hear the message. We just focus on the message. Or messengers. And we ain't hear the message. So, but with outside of those metropolitan areas, you really got wilderness. I mean, if you're coming from Atlanta and you going to Augusta, once you about to get out around about Covington, get past Covington, you ain't got number roads and trees. Then you might hit 30 Mile, hit Madison, where they got a nice little exit and, you know, little street lights and stuff, and then you ride on another. And so about every 100 miles, there's always another major metropolitan area, especially along what we know as the interstate system. So you get on I-20, you leave Florence, Florence, South Carolina, when you pick up the 20 on the east side. And you can hit Columbia about 70, 80 miles away. Then you hit Augusta about another 80, 90 miles away. Roughly, give or take. Then you hit Atlanta about 2 hours. Okay, and then from Atlanta you hit Birmingham about 2 hours. And then Jackson, Mississippi about 2 hours. But in between there, it's a wilderness. So the Bible said that one cried in the wilderness. And it's some real serious thing as a people, or so-called black people, that we got to look at some things, brothers and sisters. And so Do Right happened to be on Facebook looking around and realize he had another Do Right question. Again, as I said, we will not reveal anyone's name with a question, so feel free to ask your question. And Do Right will make every attempt not to call you out personally and try to keep everything on a general scope. He just asks that everybody look at the principle behind the things he's saying and not the situation itself. Because sometimes you can have a conversation with a person and you're trying to convey a principle. So you say, simple saying that we all done heard a hit dog will holler. And they'll say, well, I ain't no dog. And I don't throw rocks. See, they're taking it personal. So we have to know how to take it personal. But Do Right got to give it the way he told it to give it, but we ain't trying to expose nobody, and that's why we ain't trying to call nobody's name. We just dealing with our people and giving out a warning. So that some of the things that it heard, somebody can do something with it. Because here's the deal. None of us know everything, not even Do Right. I'm talking about as a so-called black person or black people. Y'all Israelites, Muslims, rolled by any other name, it's just a roll. Those songs said, a rose by any other name is still a rose. And our great brother that we all love to hear sing so gracefully said it, something like this. A chair is still a chair, even when there's no one sitting there. So no matter what you call it, an Israelite, you call it a Muslim, you call it a Mo, you call it a Hebrew, you call it a nigger. Because a nigger by any other name is still a nigger. Somebody feel it. But we got another inbox question, and it's real deep. Do Right, we'll try to keep everything under 30 minutes. But it's kind of hard to do sometimes because some issues are complex. Some things you just can't deal with no sinner's answer. Because there's so many variables in things. And it takes skills to be real. Trying to heal each other. See, the prophet told us we didn't want to heal. The prophets always die and get killed between 30 and 45. Real prophets. They always get killed. King was took out 33, 35. Jesus was 35, 33, somewhere along that. They took him out. You know, Malcolm was in his 30. You know, Joker car making them stuff. They was about getting in their 30s, you know, getting locked up. See? The real prophet, then the one go to jail. Good boy never go to jail. We better think about this. But that do right for 10 minutes, y'all. And we're going to take a short break. And we're going to come back. And we're going to deal with this question that was asked. But do right always have to set a foundation. Another thing I want y'all to think about is do right said something about the Malachi in the robbing of the nation. Because you're supposed to take them to the storehouse. Book say. So we want y'all to kind of keep that theme in mind on the nation thing. And do right dealt with that apple thing. With the red apple and the green apple. And so we hoping that we can get some people to look into some of these things and see that all these things that do right trying to show are relevant. But if you get mad because do right is rude in speech, because he don't say things the way you like them, then you're going to miss the boat. But later on, if I'm blessed enough to have the time, not this session, I'm going to show you in the book where you don't go to church. What y'all always talking about the Bible? You silly fool. You got to go to no church, know nothing about no Bible. You got to do that. The Bible says study to show yourself approved. You say you go to church to show yourself approved. Church ain't nothing but the social club today. Fashion show. Everybody put on their Sunday, go to meeting clothes. They even call them Sunday clothes. Don't even wear them on Sunday. You know? And then sometimes you can't tell what a Sunday clothes from the club clothes. Because a lot of times they look alike. The Sunday dress got to split up to the damn hip and tight around the chest. And then you sitting there talking and looking at me. And you think I'm supposed to be looking at your brains and your personality, and I can't see nothing but nice, big, pretty mammary gland. Do right showed out. But keep those things in mind. We're going to take this short break, and we're going to come back and jump on this question.